another episode of SwillinGrog's Wonderful World of Beer. This time around I'll be reviewing Carling Black Label, 5.5% alcohol by volume, brewed and bottled by SAB in South Africa. Now what more can I tell you about Carling Black Label? Well, Carling Black Label actually has its origins in Canada, where it's still brewed to this very day by Molson Coors, but oddly in South Africa it's brewed by SAB Miller. Now it was at one time, back in the 50s I believe, a very popular brew in the United States, but yeah, it's not very well known there now, so I'm not really sure what happened, but oddly in the United Kingdom, where it's just known as Carling Lager, and in South Africa it's their #1 beer. I mean, can you imagine, like, in Australia, the #1 beer, being like a foreign brew? It may happen one day, but it doesn't seem like that will happen here anytime soon, though. Anyway, I think I've waffled on enough. I think it's high time that I crack this open and make an assessment of it. Okay, it's a twist top, and I'm going to pour it out into this nicely chilled Pilsner glass. Okay. As you can see, it's very carbonated. Okay, as for the appearance, well, the appearance is a very light golden colour, very clear, and as I said, it's really carbonated. There's just about bang on one finger of bright white head there. As for the aroma, what I'm picking up is a very kind of faint smell of sweet grains, and probably an even fainter smell of corn. And it is an adjunct lager. Anyway, that's about all I'm getting, as far as the aroma goes. But it is time for the most important part of the review, the taste test. Cheers to you all. Alright, well, up front, I'm getting those sweet grains. The bitterness is very minimal. It's definitely, very crisp, clean and refreshing. It's not thin or watery in any way, well, at least so far. I gotta say, it really does hit the spot, and I can certainly see why this is such a popular brew in South Africa. I could imagine people drinking copious amounts of this on a hot summer's day in Cape Town. Anyway, I do need to have another sip. Well, it's definitely holding that taste profile. It's just a very, refreshing lager. I mean, there's nothing really fancy about it. Its taste is not offensive in any way. It's just, it's just a beer that's just made for mass consumption. But it is, very, flavoursome and tasty, for a lager. What would I say in terms of its drinkability? Well, it's of course astronomically high. You could have a great session on this. As a matter of fact, I did have a great session on this last weekend, and yeah, it went down a treat. So I can really vouch for its drinkability and sessionability there. What would I give it in terms of a score out of 10? Well, I do need to have another gulp, of course. Alright. Well, in conclusion, I mean, Carling Black Label is just a very, just a very solid, sessionable, lager that, will be, enjoyed immensely on, a hot summer's day, whether it be, in Australia or Canada, or the United Kingdom or South Africa. Yeah, I mean, it really does go down a treat, and I've really, I really have enjoyed it immensely, and I'm a little sad that I've only got, a few bottles of it left in the fridge. Anyway, in terms of a score out of 10, well, I don't think it's quite deserving of an 8 out of 10, so I would probably be inclined to give it 7.75 out of 10. Yeah, I think that's a pretty fair assessment. Anyway, that does bring us to the end of yet another SwillinGrog beer review. So, until next time, fare thee well, all.